Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to OnlyLeedsBros for player ratings. This time, Leeds United versus Norwich City. Leeds United ran out 2-0 winners. Wasn't the most scintillating game of football, Dylan, but we got the job done. 3 points in the bag. That's all that mattered. A lot of people saying we didn't get out second gear, but we didn't need to, Dillo, did we? Quick summary of the
No,
game.
no, look, 3 points is 3 points. Like, as I keep saying, yeah, look, overly not impressed with the performance itself. At times, it was a bit sluggish, a bit dead. It took a while to get going. The tempo was slow. Match sharpness quite wasn't there. But there was at times they showed all of them things that I just mentioned. So yeah, look, it's in trips and drabs, as you would say. But 3 points is 3 points. And then obviously now we've seen the scores of today, so it kind of gives us all that little bit of excitement in the belly. So now come
Well,
Monday,
it's
hopefully Leeds
massive,
get the
isn't
three
it?
points.
Hull were really, really good last night. I was watching the game last night. Gallagher was brilliant. Agent Joffrey Gallagher was running amok against them last night. And 3-0, yeah. I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping maybe somewhat they would have got a draw. To see them win 3-0 is absolutely crazy. And I loved it because it was I seen a lot of Sheffield United fans comments on the Leeds page after we drew 3-0 with Hull, giving us a bit of stick, you drew a Hull, throwing it away, thanks very much, Hull, stuff like that. So it's what they say, karma, Dylan. It always comes back to bite you, doesn't it? So
It's a
yeah,
good one.
brilliant
It's
result, and
nice.
then we seen Plymouth doing us a favour as well. So it just feels like now, Dylan, that there's the opportunity is starting to open up for Leeds, isn't it? Like it's a massive game
Well,
on Monday night, isn't it, against Burnley? Like it's a tough test.
it's a tough test, yeah. And to be completely honest, lads, sorry, excuse me, I think Leeds will win against Burnley.
Mm.
I really do. We will create that somewhat gap, as people would say. But like that, with
Puts us,
Plymouth doing
doesn't
us
it?
a
Win
favour
puts us
today,
6 points, 6 points ahead of them if we can win that.
I just look. I'm not being negative, lads. What I'm trying to get at is that we've hit slumps. With Melia's mistakes or just genuinely just all around play. We haven't been there, and it's going to happen in the championship. We've established that. We've done our fair share. Now it's obviously Plymouth doing bits for us and Hull doing bits for us.
Yeah,
But that and Leeds probably will win on Monday and will create that gap,
hope so.
and that'll be all well and good. But then yet again, we still have some what you could say easy matches coming up. But yet again, they won't be easy. We could
It's
end up
just
losing a couple of
it's the
games like this.
championship, Dillo, isn't it? Like it's
Yeah,
just so unpredictable, isn't it, all the
yeah,
time? And the only thing I can say about Leeds is that under Daniel Fark, we always seem to step up against the big. When there's big games, we step up. We usually deliver apart from the playoff final, but we usually do against the big boys. It's that kind of the lesser sides when they're kind of bringing their kind of A game against us, where we seem to
mm,
kind of struggle on the low block and stuff like that. But look at here, that's for another day. We'll get into the player ratings anyway. We'll start off with Elan Meslier, Dylan. That's 2 clean sheets in a row.
mm,
Um, Probably a lot to do with the defence because he hasn't really been
yeah,
tested too much. What did you think of Meslier against Norwich?
yeah. Not a whole lot to do. Done very little. If I'm being honest with you, I think he made one save, did he? If even.
I can't remember like any kind of saves off the top of my head. I do remember a good couple of punches from corners. His punching
Yeah,
was good, even though it's something that we don't like him doing. He was getting a good bit of range on the punches when he was coming out
yeah,
from corners and
exactly.
actually
Yeah, yeah.
getting them clear. Yeah, and he didn't really have much to do, Dylan. For
It's
me,
a bit harsh.
yeah,
I just gotta just jump straight into it. For me, it was just real. You know, it's great to see the defense doing that. That he doesn't have a whole lot to do.
yeah,
But when the big moments do come, when he does have to do something, that's when you want him to step it up.
of course.
So considering he didn't do a whole lot, sounds probably a bit harsh, but I give him a 5, just because he didn't have anything to do. I'm not.
I went to
I'm not
six.
giving him.
I,
Yeah,
I
I'm not
went to
giving him a
six.
10.
I went to six because the reason why I gave him that extra mark, and it was a little bit like you. I was thinking about this one for long enough, and I was thinking he didn't really have anything to do, and thank God that he didn't. But then there was a couple of times, like what I said, from coming out from punching corners, and that was a lot better. So I gave him that extra little mark. So yeah, I went to 6 out of 10 for Meslier. We just need to build his confidence back up, Dylan. 100%. It's
More or
happy. I'm
less.
happy that he's got two clean sheets on the bounce as well, which will help him. Yeah, it's a lot to do with defense as well, but it does go down to Meslier, the clean sheets anyway. So yeah, look, we just have to keep building on his confidence and just hope he improves and there's no more mistakes and keep the ball away from him as much as we possibly can. Moving on to
Exactly.
right back, Dylan, Jaden Bogle, he's been outstanding, Dylan, hasn't he? Bogle, look what he's just performing so well over the last couple of weeks, and I'm really liking it. I mentioned to you and not too sure. It was on Connor's channel on One Leeds when I was saying about Bogle doing that underlap as well. He's not just being predictable. He's not just going down the outside, trying to overlap Dan James. He's actually trying to get himself involved in the game a little more. And essentially, sometimes he's coming nearly a third man in that midfield, stepping inside. And it's kind of creating that overload in the midfield for Leeds, which I'm loving that he's doing. He's been absolutely brilliant for me. He was a menace going forward. His defending was solid. And for me, it was man of the match for me. So I went an 8 out of 10 for Bogle. Outstanding performance again.
Yeah, lads, I'm loving him. Really, really loving him at the minute. I think he's somewhat, you could say, Mr. Consistent, but that's Sam Boyer. You have to
he's getting there, isn't he? His level of performance has a level where it's starting to be consistent now, isn't it, with Bogle?
Like, I keep bringing it up, going back to Portsmouth. That sort of scenario where we were looking forward to him and he didn't play great. For me, where he really got off the mark was Sheffield Wednesday, and then the first game, Sheffield Wednesday. Then I was kind of up and down, but then, as you said, now he's just being a bit more on the form. I think he gets it. He gets what it means. Be Leeds. His offensive play was unbelievable. It always has been when he's been on it. But there was that bit in the back of your head saying, defensively, he just wasn't overly, overloading it or as such. Just wasn't doing an overall great job. But he's really stepped up the mark. So yeah, I have to agree. I think he's been phenomenal. Man of the match. Well, I gave man of the match to, I think, the other day. I can't give it to him again, can I?
You can. I ain't giving it to him. I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was very good.
I think, I just genuinely think, he's brilliant. He's probably, I know he is. He's definitely the best right back in the league, lads. I really do. You think so? Yeah, but I agree. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well.
8 as well. Moving on to the man beside him, Joe Rodon. I thought he was good, Dylan. I really did. I thought he bailed out Ampadu in the first half with a recovery run where Ampadu got caught out with a pass, and he bailed him out, got in behind him. It seems like that's the energy now between Rodon and Ampadu is gradually getting stronger and stronger. Obviously, we seen last season absolute rock. The Welsh walled the both of them last season against Hull. They were very all over the place. Hadn't played together in a while, but it seemed now as the games are going on, they're definitely building that partnership back up again. So for me, yeah, Rodon was brilliant. Again, timing his tackles very well, winning his headers. He defensively looks solid. And there's a side of his game that me and you always talk about, his passing at times can be suspect. Even just the 5-yard ones, it's like he overruns it all the time. He does be smashing it at them. There's no need to do that. I went an 8 out of 10 for Rodon as well. Then I thought he went under the radar, but I thought he defended brilliantly for Leeds. Really, really well organised. And I thought he was class. Very good.
Me, Rodon, it's not necessarily that I don't notice him. I'm kind of expecting it from him now because he's just a smashing player. Does silly things and gives away silly fouls at times. But he'll win the ball and he'll smash a player over as well, and I have to give him praise considering the amount of knocks and bangs that he has been getting, and he's not injured. 10 out of 10, just brilliant. He's just an absolute machine of a fella. But yeah, agree. Do you know what? It's probably a bit harsh, but I think he's just a bit more confident when he does play with Ampadu. I don't know what it is. I think it is that Welsh connection. And I feel like Strike's absolutely unbelievable player. So yeah, look, I'll give him. I'm going to give him a 7. But yeah, again, he's just been on it for me, performance-wise. So I can't really. There's no badness.
Our back line has been good, isn't it? They're solid at the back. Yeah. Moving on to his Welsh partner beside him, the captain, Ethan Ampadu. I thought he wasn't perfect. I thought there was a couple of times, Dylan, he gave the ball away. Aside from that, though, he was good. He mopped up well. He upped his passing. I thought a couple of times he just gave it away a little bit too cheaply for me. He kind of just forcing the pass at times. And then like that, he was caught for one of them as well and Rodon, dug him out of jail with that one. I went to 7 out of 10 for Ampadu this time. Yeah, look, I know he can do a job in there in centre half. I'm not fully liking it, Dylan, to be honest with you. I'd rather than play the CDM role. I think he's better in there. I think his link up play and all there from centre midfield to be able to progress the ball forward as well. His tackling in there, I think he's good in there. He can do a job in centre half, but I don't fully like him. I want us to go and do it. We've got brilliant news about Pascal Strike that he's going to be back in training next week, which I'm absolutely delighted about. And I just want to go see us doing a centre half as well because I want to push Ampadu further forward. Nothing wrong with Rotwell and Tanaka. I just think Ampadu will be better in there. I'd love to see that Ampadu and Tanaka mix. So I went to 7 out of 10 for Ampadu. Again, decent enough performance from him, but yeah, I want to see him moved back into midfield soon as.
Kind of understand where you're coming from. I'm going to agree. I am going to agree. What I'm going to add on to that, basically, because everything that you've just said, you've hit the nail on the head. I do like Ampadu though playing in the centre half position. Like, what I mean by that is, if there is an injury concern, now look, we go out and we get another centre half. My mind possibly would change, considering if we see this new player and his development and what way he does play.
Yeah.
But all thing if Rodon or Striker are injured, he's the first person I'm throwing on the starting 11.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So for me, I'm all game for it. But yeah, I do agree he is better in the CDM position. What I will say on a negative thought is build of play is very slow. He was releasing the ball way too slow, lads. He's getting his receiving it, and it's a constant thing. And I think look, people have always said, lads, you need to relax and you need to build up from the back and go. But it's just too slow for me personally. I think if that quick tempo football that Leeds do play, and when we do it, we do it well.
He is suspect at times of slowing it down.
It's too slow down. There's resetting and taking your time and really, and moving the ball. And there's what he's doing, and it's just way too slow for me. So, look, I have to agree as well. I'm giving him a 7. I'm not going to lie, I'm not copying it. That is the truth. I just feel like look, I did say it in the last rating video, I expect what he's doing because he had a smashing. I gave him man of the match in the last one before Norwich, and I expect that from my captain week in, week out. So he is doing it. As I said, the negative bit about it is, as you said, cheap passes away.
Yeah.
He gave it away a bit too much, and then the slow build up. But overall, his general play was good.
Yeah. Moving on to Sam Boyram then, the left back. I thought probably for me, Boyram probably dropped below. I'm always kind of a 7, 8 out of 10 for Sam Boyram. I went to 6 this time with him, Dylan. I just thought going forward, he didn't give us much. Didn't give us much going forward at all. And you could see the difference when you see Junior Fairpo come on and what he gives and the overlap. And of course, he's not going to do that. But I just think we're missing that at times down that left-hand side. And it's going to fall on Solomon to kind of do it on his own back there. But again, Boyram, look, he's solid at the back defensively. He's a brick wall, isn't he? Never lets that go past him. Picked up the yellow card as well. So it was a bit... He went in on a bit of a hard tackle, picks up a yellow card, so he was kind of on the edge then as well for the rest of the match. It was with 2 very early yellows that we got for Tanaka and Boyram, so that kind of stifled his game a little bit, didn't it? That you kind of have to watch his tackles, not jump in, kind of jockey and stuff like that. Where Boyram was very much an aggressor, he's very much trying to get the ball first and nick it. He kind of had to bury his game then after that, and obviously be careful that he doesn't get the red card. So I went to 6 out of 10 for Boyram. I'm actually delighted that Fairpo's back in, not because Boyram has been playing bad, but just to give him a rest. He's the amount of football that he's played with the way that his body has been. It's absolutely mental. And look, I'm sure he's going to get back in there again, like as soon as. But yeah, great footballer. What a lad to have around the place. Yeah, 6 out of 10 for me for Boyram.
Yeah, Mr. Consistent for me. I've said it week in, week out. I think it's not that he played bad. It's not that he played good either. He's just par, if you want to say, for me. But he's just jaded, lads. He's tired. He's wrecked. And to be fair, if anything, my rating is going to be a little bit higher than yours, considering just the amount of gameplay that he has been playing. And he's not doing anything silly. If anything, he's doing the right thing. Maybe not getting forward enough. But yet again, we do realise Sam Boyram doesn't give you that. But what he does give you is
he kind of times, Dylan. Times that. Look, I think back to that Swansea.
I think that's when he's a bit more rested.
Yeah. Great, yeah.
But like what he does give you is them yellow cards when it needs to be done. Do you know that kind of way?
He's hard on his sleeve though, isn't he? He won't back you out with tackle for a man.
I love watching him play though. I really enjoy to watch him play. Like
with the injury record that he has and the CV that he has from injuries, he doesn't back out tackles. So he loves it. You can see it in him.
Loves
proper
it.
Leeds lad in for the tackle. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him. I'm gonna give him a 7.
7. Yeah, fair.
For me, a 7 is like par.
I think I probably would have went 7 if you had played the whole game and I didn't see what Fairpo did when he came on. I just thought Fairpo just injected something a bit different into a game, got us up the pitch, looked dangerous down the left hand side, and I was like, that's what we were missing. Byron wasn't giving us that, you know what I mean? So that thought was in the back of me. But yeah, it's no disrespect to Byron. I love him the best, and the job that he's been asked to do on both sides when Bogle is out and Fairpost being out. He's came in plenty of times when Fairpost messed up this season through injury, and his suspensions as well. So yeah, brilliant. Moving on to Ao Tanaka. I went to 7 out of 10, Dylan, for Tanaka. Thought he was a little bit below. The reason why I would have went there tonight, the reason why I probably went with the 7, I thought he was a lucky boy, Dylan. He should have been sent off. He was good. I think the first yellow card was a bit soft, but I still think you have to be very, very careful, and the second one was definitely a yellow card. How he gets away with it, I don't know. Maybe the referee realized the first one was a bit soft and gave him a little bit of leeway, and in fact does the right thing and whips him off because, yeah, I thought he was a lucky boy to stay on. Other than that, I thought he was good, covered the pitch well, got up and down, his passing was good as well. Didn't really create anything kind of clear cut for us, but he did move the ball well. But yeah, top boy Tanaka's kind of standards just a little bit below par for me.
Considering the yellow card, look, yeah, same thing, agree with you. The yellow card that he got the first one, it wasn't a yellow card. He done Ao Tanaka things, he moved the ball an awful lot. But what Norwich were doing, they had, I think it was in the 23rd or 24th minute, they were a bit more possession based than we were. We were kind of chasing, like headless chickens, trying to chase the ball. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So yeah, and he just seemed a bit frustrated at times. That's what I got, and I think that's where the tackles start flying in. But as I said, the first one definitely wasn't a yellow card. The second one, 110% was. Agree with you. How he was still on the pitch, I don't know. Bark right away brought him off. So for me, it's harsh.
If you're in opposition there, like when that happens to Leeds, and I think it happened earlier on in the season. Who did it happen against? And they whipped him off, and it's pure frustrating. And then when you know that everyone's seeing it, everyone knows he should be sent off, and the manager's got to get off the pitch now. I'm not chancing it anymore. So yeah, Fark was right to whip him off for me. So yeah, he was a lucky boy because yeah. I think even losing Tanaka, like if you're getting him suspended, I think he's a miss again. Like, you know what I mean? You don't want anything kind of silly like that, any kind of suspension. That's going to hamper us. Of course, injuries are going to happen for the rest of the season. We know that. But I think just suspensions, we need to just limit it as much as we possibly can. And same with Bogle as well. I think Bogle has like 7 yellow cards, and it's just the way he plays football as well. So that's the side of his game that he needs to kind of pick up on as well. Yeah, not his best performance. What did you say for Tanaka?
So yeah, the reason why I'm giving him this, based on obviously his yellow cards, but it's harsh considering, and I'm not putting it all on him. I am putting it on Leeds United in general because, as I said, we're running like headless chickens trying to chase a ball, and it was getting aggressive at times, and tackles were just flying in. So I am gonna give him a 6 for that. Yeah, I know it's harsh. I just feel like, there was at times there, if people did watch along. I was saying, lads, I can feel Norwich coming back into this at times. And with Tanaka being off that pitch, I would have went ballistic. I'm not saying Aronson didn't do the press. I didn't say Piero didn't do it, or the lads went in general. Going back to Ampadu, the slow build-up play, all that sort of stuff, it was very, very frustrating. And that's the reason why Tanaka was taking off, lads, because of his yellow cards, obviously, but because of the way Leeds were playing. So on a squad overall, they're to blame for the reason why I'm giving him a 6.
Right, moving on to his midfield partner, Joe Rotwell. I went
I'll
to
take
6.
this one first.
Yeah, right, go on.
I gotta give him a 5. I know it's probably a bit harsh. And very under the radar. And very under the radar. I thought the midfield was just non-existent and disappeared an awful lot. Against
after
Norwich.
After a very fast start, Dylan, like that, he said, "You think we're gonna grab the game with a scruff," and he didn't. He went very much went there over, didn't he?
Yeah, giving him a 5. Under the radar, and it's mad. Like usually, like when he does play unbelievably, like under the radar, I couldn't see him at all, and he was just unreal kind of sort of stuff. But he was really under the radar couldn't see him. He couldn't really get into the game at times for me.
I
Set
thought
pieces
that's
were
in the first half, Dylan, wasn't he?
yeah.
He was non-existent in the first half.
Mm,
Like definitely not
mm,
his best half in the late show for me. Thought he was very
mm,
much like what you said, very
very
much
poor.
below his par. Like couldn't really get on
Mm,
it. Didn't really impact the
mm.
game like at all. Which is different when you look back at the Wednesday game. The impact that he had straight away, that through ball to Aronson straight away. So but again, he's another one I find it difficult to be digging any of these players out because they all do so well. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, they're all really, really good players, and you're allowed an off day, aren't you, Dylan? Like in fairness to him, like he wasn't bad. He was like he wasn't
Oh, he didn't
horrendous,
do
but
anything wrong, but he didn't do
just
anything great
below
either.
his usual, wasn't he? Yeah,
Yeah.
agree. Go ahead. What were you giving him?
I'll give him a 5.
5 out of 10. I went to 6. 6 were well. Like I said, I thought the first half he was really, really
We're
below
always
it.
so close.
We're always very close. I was 1 or 2 up or down. Thought he didn't impact the game whatsoever in the first half. Thought he was kind of poor. I was thinking maybe like you're saying maybe swap it, but Fark isn't going to do that. I had a feeling Gruev was going to come on for him eventually, but obviously the Tanaka one, it meant that he was going to come on for Tanaka. But then, second half, he picked it up. He drove us up the pitch. I love them dribbles. I keep banging on about how he kind of turns on, sixpence and he's gone. He drives us up the pitch. I love that. He's aggressive with the ball.
That's the thing, Darren, what you said there.
He's starting doing that more in the second half, and that's what you want to see from him. That's that type of player that we didn't have for Leeds United last season, and probably that we haven't had since Matthias Klick, is someone that, realises that, we need a bit of energy, a bit of unfair. He gets the ball and he goes and pulls us up the pitch instead of, trying to just pass the ball up the pitch. He's progressive with it. So, second half, he picked it up for me. So, I went to 6. All right, well.
Yeah. What you're saying there, though, about him collecting the ball and doing his mad runs, that's what I'm saying. Going back to that, it was just like Leeds were just running around trying to get the ball, couldn't get it, and the tackles were flying in. So, yet again, the harsh what I'm giving them, but it's based on the opposition of Norwich, how well they did come out, to be fair. Like, lads, they were dominating possession at times.
Yeah, they had a good share of possession, didn't they?
Yeah, and like that, as I said, Ampadu again, keep blaming him, but just that build of play was really, really frustrating me. Too slow. So that because of the squad and Leeds United, I'm giving Rowell a 5 again.
Right, moving on to Manor Solomon. Although Dylan for Manor, he was so good, so good. A goal and assist. Took his goal brilliantly well to make the run across the front post, smashes it into the net. We obviously had the fear in us about the hamstring. It looked okay. He didn't look like he was 100%. He looked like he was only about 80, but he was still brilliant. He was still absolutely outstanding. I went an 8 out of 10 for him. Like you said, a goal and assist, takes his goal unbelievably well, smashes it into the roof of the net, and then the pick out for Dan James Dylan at the back post. Like I was just watching it back. Unbelievable, Dylan. What a pass! Like it's not just a floated ball, a hit and hope into the box. So you see bodies in there, you see him look up, and he's picking Dan James run out at the back post and picks him out brilliantly well. And again, outstanding finish from DJ. It went an 8 for Solomon. Very, very nearly annoying, but yeah, what a player! Even as I said, not 100% fitness for me, stood out on the pitch. Brilliant! What a footballer we have in our hands.
I think he was outstanding. That's I really do agree with what you're saying there. Again, we do have a serious player, and to be honest with you, going into the Premier League, I think he should be signed, sealed, and delivered for Leeds United.
It's that question, then it's just the injury. That's where my question mark is. That there's no doubt in his quality that he has when he's fit. It's doubting that he is fit. Do you know what I mean? And I hope because we obviously seen the back injury. He came here with a big injury record. We seen the back injury, he gets himself back, and then we had the hamstring on him. Like, please don't tell me it's going to be like this, up and down from him. Because hamstrings, you know what they're like, Dylan. They're very hard to come back from them straight away again. It's another building process. So, yeah, let's hope the hamstring is all right and he's had a good bit of rest now before Burnley.
I'm loving him now at the minute, lads. He's undroppable for me. With DJ. But solely, like, he was getting teamed up with 2 players at times, and he was just making a tick at him.
Yeah,
he's dribbling, he's cutting inside, and then for me, what really, really did get it was that ball at the back post to DJ. As you said, it really, really put butterflies in my stomach. So yeah, look, I don't need to go on detail everything you said. Kind of hit the nail on the head. Everything that was expected and what I did see myself. I can't really add on to it, but I agree. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10 as well.
Lovely. Yeah, lovely. Just keep him fit. Been saying, haven't we? from when he was back injured, and everyone was saying bin him off, and I kept saying just get him fit, lads. We can get Manor Solomon fit for half our
Even
games this season.
if he does even a half, first half, second half, that's all I'm at. Just leave him taking around there. That's all he needs.
Just let one of them. Just let him do what he wants. He has the quality to do it.
Exactly.
Moving on to the number 10 position, Brendan Aronson. If you want to go first, Dillo, with this one.
Yeah, Aronson for me at times, lads, was very lifeless. Press was not there. Maybe you could say in the second half. But lads, he's tired. He's wrecked.
He's just
He's playing too many games. Playing too many games.
I'm so happy as well. Fark came out and said it in the conference. I'm sorry for cutting across you because it was becoming a real worry, wasn't it, over the last couple of weeks that Aronson was constantly being played, constantly being flogged. There was times there where games were home and house and you still had him on the 90th minute and you're like, Daniel, just take him off and give him a break, because when it comes down to the business end of the season and, he's not at it, you're going to look back in this and go, should have rested him a little bit more. But it's given me a little bit of hope and a little bit of reassurance that Farkas came out and said it in the press conference about number 10 again. That's twice you've heard him saying it. He's saying, obviously, Brendan is a brilliant player, like what we're all saying. He's been tremendously well since he's came back under the circumstances. But it's just at times, isn't it, Dylan, where you can see he just can't give anymore. He still tries. He doesn't stop. He still tries, but you can just see his body just physically won't let him do anymore. That's not great to constantly push a player to them extremes every single match.
Of course. He's going to do himself in. He's going to do a bad
how he hasn't already. Dylan.
Like when he got that angle bit that time, I thought that was
same.
And it sounds harsh. I was going to rub my hands, and it sounds really bad. I don't mean it in that way. No. I don't want him to be injured at all.
You just want to see what the plan B is going to be, isn't it? Like,
exactly. I was intrigued to see what he was going to do.
The what if?
Yeah. So look, I'm going to give him, based on it. I'm going to give him a 6. Like he's still doing his bits. He's still doing the run for me. But like it's probably a bit harsh what I'm giving him, and it's not a personal thing or a professional thing. It's more based on Fark. I'm giving him these ratings because I'm kind of like, just give the chap a rest. So I'm giving him a 6.
Yeah, I went to 6 as well, Dylan. For Brendan, I thought he started off brilliantly well. He was in the game, involved in a tremendous goal. The first goal was outstanding. Him and Bogut's link up down that side, then the ball through to DJ, like lovely bit of vision. So great bit of interchange out on the right wing. He's involved in that goal, started at a very high level, but then he kind of struggled for me to maintain that level through the game. He was definitely, like what you said, he was dropping in and out of the game. A couple of nice bits, in possession of the game, but again, sometimes overrunning it, not being quick enough with his passing and releasing it a little bit quicker. So went to 6 out of 10 as well for Aronson for me. Moving on to Dan James on the right hand side. I thought DJ was class again, and the same thing like Manor Solomon, the goal and assist, brilliant cross for the goal, and then the goal himself, very well taken. So underestimated Dylan for a finish like that. Side foot back across the goalkeeper when it's come across over a lot of bodies to keep your eye on it. The technique to keep it down and across the keeper into the back of the net. It's so hard to do. And you try and do that another 10 times, you probably only score half of it. But what a finish that was from Dan James. I think that's 7 goals he has for us this season. I love him to bits. The player that Dan James that first came when we signed him from Scum, I was very, very unsure of. You think his career is going to go now, in fairness, but under Bielsa, he was playing out position through the middle, not his preferred position out on the wing. Then he goes to Fulham and you think this is the end of his Leeds United career, and how his attitude, Dylan, how to just come back in and just not care and prove everyone wrong, like that is unbelievable. That is the makings of a real man, to prove people wrong, not shy away. And, he could have easily tried to force him out of Leeds and go, I ain't going back there. He didn't. He came back the bit between his teeth. And he's really, really improved under Daniel Farke. His end product, his finishing is just absolutely exceptional now, where it was suspect there for a while. And he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He's definitely a contender for me for player of the season. So I went an 8 out of 10 for Dan James, just for the goal and the assist.
Well, tell you what I'm giving him. I'm loving Dan James, lads. And the only reason why I'm loving Dan James is because of Dan James. 2 people in Pacific, Dan James and Evie from Discourse of Peacocks. Evie's opened my eyes on why she loves DJ so much, and not because of what he does on the pitch, but what he does for Leeds. Obviously, he does it on the pitch. Sorry, I just made that up in my head there. But he breeds Leeds United. If he's not having a good game, he's still having a good game.
He's still giving it.
It's mad. Like, I can't explain it. to
he
be
still gives
involved again.
100%, doesn't he? To the level that he's
Mm,
on that day, he'll always give 100%. Even if
oh,
it's not good enough and he's below his
yeah,
level, he'll always give everything that he has
oh,
in the tank on the day, doesn't he?
exactly. Yeah, loving him. He keeps coming when he goes up the wing. He's always trying to put it in across the box, and such unselfishness of him to do it.
Mm.
He just, look, we'll obviously get on to Nando, and at times Nando just is that little bit greedy. And DJ is never, he will have a
Yeah,
pop, but it's more like I need to get a goal first before I can start kind of messing about. If that makes sense.
yeah.
That's the vibe I get from him. So yeah, obviously he put the ball into Solomon. A great finish, great run from him. Link up play between Aronson and Bogle. It was unbelievable, and how quick to put it to score as well. What was it, 31 seconds or something? It's
41
phenomenal.
seconds.
Now, based on Solomon's cross, unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, but I have seen similar things to it before.
Mm.
Like, there's good players out there that can do that. Lots of good players that can finish like the way DJ did, but the composure, it seemed when I was watching it in real time, it seemed so slow when the ball was delivered, and to when
Mm.
DJ connected with it, when realistically it was going so fast.
Mm.
Boom, what a goal! It's a hard thing to do, lads. He could have missed it, that
Mm.
hit the crossbar, put it wide, hit off his
Easy,
shin,
yeah.
anyway, shape, or form. For him to compose and take that down and keep the eye on the ball, that's serious professionalism right there.
Mm.
All the stuff that he's been through between Leeds, going on loan, people doubting him, etc. And literally, as you said, coming back and proving every single person wrong. And if you had told me at the start of the season, DJ is going to start week in, week out, I would have kind of said no, like, because I think we all would agree, he's the type of player to come on against certain opponents in the league. So
Mm.
I'm going to give him a 9.
And annoying.
Yeah, he's my
Lovely.
man of the match.
Nice. Happy days. Moving on to Joe Pirro up top, Dylan. Again, before Sheffield Wednesday, I was saying he needs to start up top. We need to just keep him there, give him a good couple of run of games in the squad. The last 2 games for me, he's been missing Dylan completely, hasn't he? He's not involved, and there is this kind of sort of kind of feeling around Joe Pirro. If he doesn't score goals, well, he doesn't do anything else, and that probably is the case. He kind of comes into the games and he'll be involved for 5-10 minutes, and then he goes missing for large parts, and you don't really see him. And it's one of them where I don't really remember too much in the game with Joe Pirro. Did couple of nice touches here or there in the game. I went to 5 out of 10 again. I just thought he was just not involved in the game for me. Big question mark now who starts against Burnley, because we're probably going to need that press up there. We're probably going to need to be a little bit more aggressive. Is Joseph the man for the job? I'm not too sure. It's definitely a headache for Daniel Farke where he goes from here. But the only thing I'll say, when it drops to him and you want someone on the end of that chance, and it probably is going to be one of them games where one chance and one goal wins the game. You want Joe Pirro on the end of it. 15 GNA, 10 goals, 5 assists. I'd like to see that he's able to add to that.
Yeah, 100%. Look, everyone knows how I feel about Pirro, but I have to agree, he's not been at it lately. But look, he's allowed off days as well, as much as Rotwell or Tanaka, but it seems to be a consistent thing with him. I'm giving him a 5 as well.
Five.
I think he needs to pick up the socks and the boots and then kind of get running again.
I think it's more so Dylan's he plays that 9 position, right? And it's like then when he doesn't get involved in it, then he starts dropping so much more deeper. Then
To try
he's
get
into that
involved.
to try and get involved in the game. And I'm like,
Doesn't work out
we
for him.
want you in the box. We want, and that's why I think he's suspect at times like that where you see balls are coming into the box and he's just not there. And you can even see for the first goal. Dan James is breaking down the wing, and look, don't get me wrong, it's very hard to keep up with the pace of Dan James. Pirro was nowhere near the box. Do you know what I mean? And it's just situations like that where I'm going to say, just get yourself in the box more. You'll score so much more goals if you just get in there and just gamble, take a chance. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's times where you'll see balls coming into the box and he's kind of laboured around the box. Just get in there, get yourself a goal.
He's the one man that you do want in the box.
Yeah, 100%. Fox in the box, 100%. Moving on to Ilya Gruev, I'm so happy to see him back. You know that he's a player that I really, really like. His tenacity, puts in tackles, can score goals, can take set
You broke
pieces.
up there.
I think he's brilliant. Delighted to have him back. Sorry,
You were breaking
I
up
broke
there
up,
a
did
bit,
I?
just a bit laggy. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
That's what you said.
I thought brilliant to see Gruev back. I think he just adds that little bit more. Thought he was really, really good when he came on against Norwich. Added a little bit of energy. got about the pitch as well. He always looks like he's about to smash someone as well. He just has that kind of in him as well. So yeah, I like Gruev. Delighted that he's back. I went to 6 out of 10 for Gruev.
Yeah, I'm loving him as well. I think he's it's great to have him back on the squad. Sorry, in the squad. Agree as well. He's more a defensive player. He smashes through people when he needs to. You know, and to be honest with you, he's obviously been practicing them free kicks. I'd like to see him coming on and get his cameos. What I will say, it's just hard to see Tanaka and Rowell being dropped for Gruev because he is a more defensive player.
I don't know. I think Fark likes him. That's probably one. Probably one I disagree with. I think as soon as he's back up to speed, I think he has his favourites, Fark, and I think Gruev was one of them. I think
we might see Rotwell or Tanaka.
That's what I don't know. It's probably going to be Rotwell, but
and then you have Ampadu down as well. Can't drop.
Yeah, look, no, I agree. Look, I know what you're saying. But I just think Fark has his favourites, and I think it only just feels like a matter of time, especially if we do go get a centre half and Strike is back in now as well. It just feels like we might see that partnership of Ampadu and Gruev sooner rather than later. I think he trusts the two of them, and that's not my opinion. I just think that's what we're gonna do. That's what he's gonna do.
Maybe put Tanaka in the 10.
Yeah, wouldn't mind that.
Sorry,
wouldn't mind.
That's serious. That wouldn't it? Oh, joking aside, no, that would be disgusting. Anyway. Yeah, so Gruev, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10 as well. He, not much you can say. He just done his job when he came on.
Yeah, added energy. Moving on to Junior Firpo, Dylan. Again, happy to see him back. We'll leave the whole contract situation and him being able to talk to other clubs out of it. And we'll just rate him on his performance. Thought he added so much when he came on, Dylan. He looked so dangerous getting forward. Real turn on the side for them down that left-hand side. I went an 8 out of 10 for Firpo just because he added that little bit more, that bit extra. And for us, really put them on the back foot, really impact sub, done his defending as well. Yeah, nice to see him back, and hopefully he's fully fit for Burnley. I'd like to see him start against Burnley just to give us a bit more down that left hand side.
Yeah, that's what he offers you now. At times, Sam Byram doesn't give that to you. When he came on, lads, look, maybe it's just me. His facial expressions didn't seem to be all at it, whether he was solely concentrating on the game or solely concentrating on his performance. Now, in the back of my head, because I'm a paranoid freak, is it a thing where he's worried about his performance because he's being watched by other clubs, or is it genuinely that he has this love for Leeds United and doesn't want to go anywhere? Regardless of all that, his performance was brilliant, considering when he came on, he injected that bit of yolk. We did say on Conor McGilligan's One Leeds, Conor McGilligan's channel. He's just, that's what he gives you going forward, and that's what we've seen from Bogle as well. So yeah, I have to give him a 7 out of 10. Just solely because he didn't start. That's another drop in the rating, but he did give us that bit more going forward. Just a 7 out of 10 for me.
7 out of 10, nice. Moving on to the next one, then Willie Gnonto. I didn't think Gnonto was too bad. I thought he looked lively when he came on. It's the usual kind of thing with Gnonto. It's not like he shies away from it. He wants it. He wants to get on the ball. He wants to make an impact. It's just not happening for him as of yet. But I do think it will come good. Like, I think it's just one of them. It's all about the matter of keep trying, keep going, because it will come good eventually, and I think it will. And if we can get Gnonto firing on all cylinders, I think he'd be very good towards the end of the season. He'd be a real impact for us. So we're seeing what Ramazani's able to do. If we can get Gnonto to do stuff like that as well, just unbelievable, coming towards the business end of the season as well. So I went to 6 out of 10 for Gnonto. Didn't really kind of impact the game, but tried, wanted the ball, looked lively.
Yeah, look, it seems to be a thing that he has been doing when he does come on. He's trying to make an impact. Whether he's forcing it, he's being greedy at times. I'm going to give him a 7 because I've been slaying him out lately, and I just felt like against Norwich, he just gave us that little bit more, and I've seen signs of improvement, not just on his performance, but on his attitude and just his overall look. If you sit on the bench, you see him laughing and smiling. So I'm glad to see that. What does it for me is obviously the post that he did put up on Instagram stating that for Leeds. So that's another reason why. So to me, it shows signs of commitment for this club going forward. So I'm going to give him a 7 just based on one, his performance was good. He made things at times, but outside of it, towards Leeds United, it's a positive outcome.
Next one, Dylan, on my list is Gilavogi. Probably hard to rate him because he came on
Very late.
very precious time to go. Came very, very close to getting his first goal for Leeds. Just couldn't make contact with it on the back post. And a good few minutes then towards the end. I think it's probably hard to rate him, but again, probably a 5. Middle of the road
I
again.
agree.
It was just that one
I
chance. It'd be
agree.
nice to see him score, but yeah, again, hard
I,
to kind of rate him, but yeah,
I feel like you should have
I'll
headed that
go
though.
with
I know
that.
people are saying like, you know, you would have hit the post. Or that maybe it was me. I definitely would have tried to put me head to that. I wouldn't have tried to put me foot. Ball was getting away from me too, which is a chew your body and that sort of stuff. But yeah, based on that, hard to rate him. I'll give him a 5.
Dodgy though, clean yourself out.
I know.
If he went
That's
with
what
his
you do
head,
for
he
this
would have
club.
killed himself. Honest to God, he was so
That's what
close.
you do with this club.
Last but certainly not least, Dylan largely Ramazani. Yeah, just a player I love. I don't know what it is. He's just one of them get your arse up off your seat type of players, isn't he? When he gets the ball, he always wants to make things happen. He's lively. He's at it. He showed us tenacity when he came on, desire to win the ball back. And he came close as well with the shot then off his right foot. We've seen him against Sheffield Wednesday, what he can do off the left foot through the player's legs. Brilliant finish in the bottom corner, this time off his right foot. Exact same sort of power. A player like that can shoot like that off both feet are a real danger. I went to 7 out of 10 for Largy Ramazani. And yeah, I hope to see him against Burnley. I keep saying that we need to get him into the squad. How do you? When we know obviously Fark loves Brendan Aronson. You can't take Dan James and Manar Solomon out of this team for me. But we need to get Ramazani in and get more minutes because he's one of them players that can impact, can't he?
Yeah, he's very exciting for me, lads. He's a joy to watch. You know, I love the way he carries the ball into the middle of the park. He likes to be in the middle of the park. It's not so much like Somerville where he needs to be out wide, hugging the touchline. But he can kind of do everything. He's a very exciting player, and his ceiling is so high, it's unreal. But you know, he's been making such an impact every time since he's came back from injury. So solely for me, quick and sharp, I'm going to give him an 8 because I just think he's phenomenal. Anytime the ball touches off him,
Yeah,
he's doing something with it. He's doing something.
Yeah, what a player. Yeah, Dylan, that's it then for player ratings. Again, look at not the best, most scintillating performance from Leeds United, but we got the job done. Didn't have to get out of second gear. We didn't really have to at all. It's a massive game against Burnley the weekend, and that's one of them where we need to go through all the gears, I think, to win this game. We know their record defensively. I think one goal probably separates it. It's probably going to be 1-0 either side for me. It's going to be a very, very tight match. And I just think when the chances come our way, we need to take them. We need to take them, and we need to be defensively strong. We've been given a little sniff. We've been given a little carrot with teams around us, slipping up. We beat Burnley 6 points ahead of them, and then you just feel, and Cardiff then on Saturday as well, which we're going to have buzzing for. You just feel like this is a real opportunity for Leeds United, isn't it, to stamp their mark? It's not very often we do it, but this is a chance just to create a little gap, isn't it, now?
Just go and do it. No, stop messing around the bush, Leeds, and just go and do it. I think we've all been hurt and stamped on too many times. But yeah, I agree. It's definitely putting a marker down against Burnley. We go out on Monday, and I can't see it being like a 2-0, 3-0 sort of game. I think it's going to be one goal.
It'd be very strange, wouldn't it? It'd be very, very strange if you're talking them type of goals, isn't it? But look, you look what Burnley did against Plymouth. Burnley scored 5 against Plymouth. We're kind of fairly free flowing as well. And might be we're sitting there saying it's a close game, and you could have goals galore. I very, very doubt it though. I very, very much doubt it. We like to be defensively strong, risk averse. They're very defensively strong as well. So yeah, it is making for a really, really good game, doesn't it? Yeah, lads, that's it for player ratings. We will be back for the match build up tomorrow at 9:00. We look ahead to Burnley. We'll do a bit of deep diving into Scotty Parker's side. Yeah, we'll have a look where their key players are, and hopefully Leeds United get the 3 points over them. Dillo, nothing to say, buddy?
Love you all. Happy Saturday. Hope you have a great night / Sunday weekend sort of stuff. What's left of it anyway.
What's left of it, that's right. Yeah, guys, that's it for player rankings. Please don't forget to smash a like in the video on your way out. Hit subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and share with your friends that you think might like OnlyLeedsBros. Again, lads, we did hit 1K the other night live on stream, which is phenomenal to think that we've got here in only 6 months, starting this back in August. We never thought we would get there. So again, look, thanks very much for everyone. Keep liking, keep commenting, keep subscribing. Help us grow the channel. We have a couple of exciting bits coming up over the next couple of weeks that we do want to announce. there's probably not going to be a watch along for Burnley because we do have to go sort some things in the background that will benefit the channel. So we will let you know what's happening there. And then, we've a couple of ideas for videos that will involve your guys that we think will kind of make you laugh and be kind of a light-hearted side to Only Leeds Bros as well. So plenty to come. So again, keep supporting us and we promise we'll try and bring you the best content that we possibly can. Have a good night. Mind yourselves, mind each other. And we chat to you again soon.